Nation. Good evening, y'all. Y'all ready? Let's do this shit.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Max Crosby. Touchdown Raiders. Traffic is picked off by Robert Spillane. John Jones. Amazing. Yeah, let's go, God damn it. And the back and he's caught there for the touchdown. And drilled from behind. Ball's out. Football running.
This is a great opportunity for us to come home in front of our family, fans, Raider Nation, the Black Hole.
Raiders! Goddamn right.
What is up, Nation? Good evening. Welcome to Reaction Monday. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. Salute to everybody on the chat. Appreciate you guys joining me on this Monday night. For sure. What an eventful Monday. It's a very exciting Monday. Usually Mondays are pretty fucking dull and chill, but not today. Not today. We have a lot of very exciting things being announced today. So I am very excited to go ahead and chop it up with you guys about it. Before we get into it, as usual, if you guys are new to the show, appreciate you guys tapping in and watching. Make sure you guys check in and hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 250 subscribers. So please support the show. Tap in, hit that notifications button. Turn on your notifications as well after hit that subscribe. Sometimes breaking news happens and I go on live, so or I'll go ahead and drop a news short. So make sure you guys are tapped in and have your alerts on for anything Raider related that I drop in. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for sure. Hit those thumbs for all my day ones that are already in here. Hit those thumbs, like this video, help me push this out because without y'all, honestly, I can't do this. So I appreciate everybody here tonight for sure, 100%. But man, what a day, what a day, what a day, what a day. So I'm pretty sure everybody here because I already see the notifications. I already see the comments. Today was the presser for Spytek and Carroll, so I'm super pumped about that. And we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Let me go ahead and salute the chat. As usual, chat lives do matter, and I appreciate everybody tapping in. My guy, Sacktown Raider Mike, appreciate you being on, brother. Desert Raider, salute. Thank you for being on, brother. My guy, LV Raider 10, just Raiders, baby. Yes, facts. Talk that shit, my guy. Appreciate you for tapping in. My other co-host, Jeff Raiders, New England Raiders booster. Appreciate you for watching, brother. My guy, Lord Rochita, salute. Thank you for tapping in, brother. Yes, sir. So, today was the presser. And I have some footage for you guys that we're going to go ahead and go into. Let me just go ahead and put this out, and we're going to do some polls as well as usual. I want to go ahead and get your thoughts on things that have transpired today, and I'll put that out in a moment. I was trying to get some footage before I went on. That's why I went on a little bit later, but we're going to go ahead and do the damn thing. You guys let me know. I mean, Pete's in from the way that pressure sounded. Man, these guys, like the title says on the thumbnail, right to business, and that presser was exactly that. These guys, sounds like these guys are going to hit the ground running. They're not going to wait. They're going to try to go ahead and put a team together ASAP. And I have thoughts about that. That might normally, like they said, normally this is like a 5-year type of process where you really start seeing the results of your labor. But these guys are on overdrive, so they're going to have to try to put a team together as soon as possible to be a contender. A lot of verbiage, a lot of big words are used, and that honestly that gives them confidence going into this next season that we're going to make. We might not be a big contender, but we're going to make problems for a lot of teams out there. And that's shit. I'll take that all day, baby, for sure. But let me go ahead and put this on for sure. And I'll go into my first one right now. And again, appreciate you guys tapping into with me tonight on this Saturday night. I'm sorry, Monday night. I'm already messed up on I wish it was Saturday night, man. Jeez, I had to work today. But let's go ahead and go into it. I'm gonna go ahead and play a couple clips, a couple of things that kind of stood out for me in today's presser that I want to go ahead and talk about. And let me go ahead and get into that. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, guys. And again, do you guys let me know your thoughts on this? All right.
You'll see that, but we'll show them the way, and it all starts with competition. I mean, you're either competing or you're not, and I'm going to make sure that that's really clear to these guys from the moment they get here. We're going to go out and draft a class, and there'll be a few free agents who maybe we'll be able to attract, and we'll need to see those guys, and we'll need to see what they're all about. But the competition part of it is theirs to command. If there's one thing that I want them to understand, and I'll start the message right now. If you want to be on a great team, you need to be a great teammate. And so teaching what that's all about and instilling that in the makeup of our program is going to be crucial. And the central theme in the program is always going to be competition, and that's where it starts. The culture.
All right. You heard from the boss man himself. So competition, they are going to go out and try to draft players. That's also going to come from free agency, and that's something that I've said that in order for us to go ahead and build a team, it has to come from the draft, free agency, maybe some trades because that's out there right now. So it's going to be a plethora of things that we're going to have to go ahead and get build our future around, right? And no matter who you are. I'm good. From what it sounds like, it don't matter even if you're Max Crosby. You're gonna have to go out there compete for your job. I love that. Nothing is given; it's earned, and that's the way it has to be. That's the way it has to be done. We can have prima donnas in here. We just went through that with Devontae, and we had that a little bit with Jack Jones. So this, if not, reemphasizes the fact that you have to go out and play for your job. You have to go and work for your job. Nothing is given to you because of your name, of maybe your previous accolades. That doesn't matter. What matters is what you go out and give on the field day in day out. So I love that. I love to hear that. And um, that's gonna be a really good thing for a lot of players out there. So um, this is gonna be the type of scenarios where you're either gonna sink or swim, right? You're gonna shine or you're gonna fold, and that's literally kind of where he's trying to preach out there. So I don't know. You guys, let me know your thoughts on this, but I like, I like, I like what he said. Um, that sounds a really good thing. My guy Razor, appreciate you for tapping in. Competition, yes, for sure. Competition is a thing we want. We want that prevalent, not just in the quarterback room, but in all areas, in all positions. Every position needs to be competitive, needs to be earned. It doesn't matter just because you're Max Crosby. I love Max. He is the best at what he does because that guy goes out every damn day, works hard, and puts it out on the field. That's why he is who he is. So for somebody like him, it's nothing new. It's just any other day at the office for him. But guys who are not really used to that part, this is really where they're going to test them. So interesting to see the additions. Interesting to see who's going to fold into this competition. Obviously, we still have some names that are not going. Some players that are for free agency that may or may not stay with us, and that's yet to be seen. And I'm about to go into that part in just a second. But I'm going to go ahead and put out the next poll for you guys, and I'm gonna ask you guys, how do you feel about Pete Carroll now that he's actually in um, as a head coach today? Because today is, today is officially, I guess, day one. So this is where they're going to get started. So how do you guys feel about that? Are you guys excited? Are you guys pumped about it? Are you guys still a little cautious? Um, are you guys going to see what happens in the next few months, uh, and kind of play it by ear type of thing? So let me know you guys' thoughts on this. All right. Wish I could type and talk at the same time. There we go. All right. Cool. First poll is underway, so make sure you guys go ahead and put in your votes. Let me know what you guys feel about Pete now that he had his presser. We in it now. There ain't no turning back. He's our guy moving forward. So again, let me know what you guys think about that. For sure. I'm gonna go ahead and play the next part for you while you guys are doing that, and we're gonna talk about it some more. And we're gonna go ahead and share some thoughts on go to the chat. Again, if you guys are new to the show, appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you guys check and hit that subscribe button. Help to support the show. For all my guys out here, my regulars, make sure you guys hit those thumbs, support the show. So let's go ahead and go into the next clip here. All right. All right. So there you have it. They're not waiting. They're doing. If it was it muted. All right, my bad. I don't know. Maybe the sound didn't correlate. We try it one more time. See if sound correlates. Share screen. Okay, there we go. All right, let's try this again.
You all wondering about timelines and all that. It took us a few years to get to the very top of the last couple programs I was with. We're starting right now, going for it immediately. We don't have some timeline. We got to make it 5 or 6 years down the road. That's not what we're thinking. We're going to start right now to go after it and build this team as quickly as we can. As John saw Max back there, Max, send the message, man. We're coming after you. We're going to come find you guys and get this thing rolling as soon as possible with the highest of expectations, with a mentality that will drive high performance in a way that hopefully everybody's going to hear us and they're going to know us. And so I'm really proud to take on that challenge. So thrilled to be here. Thanks again to Mark and Tom and guys. Thank you here.
All right. So I hope you guys were able to hear that one. Jeff, I am the IT guy. I can show you a few things here and there. It's just a little slip, bro. It's all good. Shit happens. So as you guys heard, they're not waiting. They're hitting the floor running. Obviously, the whole deal with Pete only signing a 3-year with a fourth year team option. They don't have 5 years to go ahead and really build this team. They have to kind of try to put this thing together in a short time frame. And you may not get all the pieces in the first year, but that to me sounds like they are taking an aggressive approach on building this team. With any normal sense, you're not really rushing the process, but now it's kind of firing all cylinders. We got to go, and it should, because if you guys think about the timeline, I mean, you have to go ahead. They're in the midst right now of figuring out the coaching staff, right? So your coordinators, then the rest of the coaches. Part of that was, I don't have that clip, but what was said is basically they're going to go ahead and he's going to try to bring in some familiar faces, meaning people that he's worked with in the past. He's going to go ahead and try to bring in some new guys and try to keep some of the old guys that are still here. So kind of mixture of everything, and try to go ahead and make this kind of work, right? So and that's normal. That's normal for head coaches to go ahead and bring in familiar faces, people that they know that knows the system already, that they can go ahead and help other individuals learn that similar system and the philosophy, and what they're trying to go ahead and do. So I'm not surprised that he said that, and I'm actually a little bit surprised that he's willing to go ahead and keep some of the staff as well, which is pretty fucking cool. And I'll touch on that because there's one particular name that really stands out that's potentially go ahead and maybe get promoted. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, I think with that, they're going to take an aggressive stance in free agency in the draft. Don't know how they're going to lean that way, but that's what it sounds like to me. What do you guys think about that? About that clip that I just played? Everything that Pete Carroll has said, and the two things that I just played, because normally, like we said, a build takes a while. They're trying to do this in 1 or 2 years, from what it sounds like. Again, appreciate everybody tapping in on the chat. Micah Arna, salute, brother. Appreciate you watching. He got played by first Gruden, then McDummy, and after AP introductory presser, they are the same. New hope, new coach. See, new GM, same result. Fools go until we start winning. I mean, yeah, you could take that a grain of salt, bro. But I mean, it's not. This is not AP. This is not McDummy, right? This is an individual that has done it already at the highest level, and again, multiple places in the collegiate and the professional level. Really took that Seattle program and turned it around. They became a contender and relevant within the last 15, almost 20 years now. Um, so it's different. It's different. You can't compare a guy like AP who really doesn't have a whole lot of experience. A guy like you know McDummy, right? Like Josh McDaniels, who came in, who had uh, one terrible failure in Denver, and spent majority of his time in New England under Brady, right, and Belichick, and you can attribute most of that success to Brady, right? And comes in and really almost destroys his team single handedly. And you have Gruden, and he was getting somewhere, Gruden 2.0, but then all that fell on the wayside with the whole email scandal. So, and that was really not in his control. So you can't compare those three scenarios to this. I get what you're saying because the proof is in the pudding. Not you can speak it, but until there's a action, there's actually action and things being done, and we actually started putting wins together. Yeah, for sure, I get that. But I still, it's good to curb your expectations, but you can't compare those two scenarios for sure. My guy Rochita says, pretty cool. He addressed Max. He knows he's not happy. Yes, and that's one thing for sure. He literally pointed out to Max, said, "Man, call your people, let them know, get them ready. We're coming for you. We're gonna get everything sorted out, and we're gonna do this in the right way." So, I love that that's being addressed. Spytek has said before that there's players that damn well you don't let them leave the building. You don't let them walk away when just over some nickels and dimes. I know it's not nickels and dimes, but when we're talking about you know extending a guy like Max, that should be a no brainer. You gotta get that man paid. As much work as that guy puts out, gotta get that man paid for sure. My guy Ernie says, salute. Let's see here. My guy Ja, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Let's see. Chat out with three QBs. Jason, Gabriel Monroe. Which one of y'all choose in the second round? Um, I probably, I honestly, I don't like Milrow. I probably would choose maybe Gabriel. I would honestly choose Dart. I don't know if that's who you mean by Jason. So if it is, great, I'll choose Dart. Then I'll choose Gabriel. If it's not, I'll choose Gabriel. Yeah, there you go, Jackson Dart. Yeah, so I would choose Jackson Dart, bro, for sure. And his stock is steadily rising. So we'll see. We'll see. He might go early in the second. I don't know if he goes first round, but shit, stranger shit has happened. Obviously, I think they have the Senior Bowl and then the Shrine. I don't know if he's playing the Shrine Bowl, but I know that's going on as well. So you might, and then Combine. If he goes into, if he goes into that Combine, that could go his stock could go even higher. So we'll see. Carney says, which QB best fits for Carroll's offense in the draft? Sanders, Ward, Dart, Howard, Gabriel, or Leonard? I would say probably I'll probably be Sanders, bro. Probably second to that. It honestly depends who the OC is. Again, it's kind of hard to say. And I say Sanders because, in my opinion, he's going to be the best NFL ready out of all of those, right? So, but again, it depends who the OC is, and then I can better answer that question. But I'll give you an answer. I'll say Sanders for now, but that might change. That might change for sure. My guy Tanner says draft Mac and Dart. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that, bro. Okay. I'm gonna put my guy Jeff chat out here, and I know how he feels about going up and getting a Kama Shador, but I'm gonna still put that out there. All right. My guy Jeff says we don't need a superstar QB or a QB that throws 4,000 yards a season. If he wins and throws for 150 yards a game, who cares? That also means the run game is working big time. I partly agree with that, bro, in the sense that you can probably get it done with a lesser QB, but if somebody's throwing for 4 fucking thousand yards, and you have your run game going, why the fuck not? You're gonna be crushing teams at that point. But I understand. I understand the point you're trying to make. You don't have to go out and try to get this big name and spend all this money, right? While you can get other guys, more guys, or extend guys, through free agency and extensions and all that. I get what you're saying for sure. Um, my guy Arnie says, "Would you be mad if Carroll keeps Minshew to challenge AOC? Why would we do that? We know the result of that. What happens with that? We saw that happen. There's no need that. The question has already been answered in the sense where they were pretty even once the season started and the system that Minshew was in. It wasn't for him. The whole Getty system was just a lost cause. It was just terrible. It just did not fit him. Different situation. He had blocking and a run game in Indianapolis. Last year he didn't. So I I wouldn't want him. I wouldn't want to see that competition. If anything, bring in Russell Wilson. And I'm not a Russell Wilson fan. I'm not even really trying to advocate him. I'm assuming that that's probably going to happen. If you guys read the tea leaves and everything, just the relationship and the history and everything, it's probably going to be Russell who gets brought in. Um, Probably still on a cheap contract, not as cheap as what Pittsburgh got him, but still pretty cheap, despite the fact because I think I got to look up the details for Russell's contract with Denver. I think they're still paying it because this is a big ass contract. So they're probably paying it for another couple of years. So we'll see. But yeah, no, I wouldn't want Minshew to stick around. There's no point in that. We know the result of that. So yeah. Nope. Johnson from Michigan is he PC kind of player for sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, because Pete is a defensive minded guy. I think I want to say it might be a defensive player that we draft at 6 if we don't go up. But I'm gonna play something for you guys in just a second that kind of changes my thought process on that because uh because the way that the way that thought process is there, we might go up for get Fisher and I feel like little hints were dropped in this presser, just to kind of foreshadow their direction, to kind of let us know, like, hey, this is kind of the direction we're kind of going in without really saying it. So that way we're prepared. And we're not up in riot when certain things happen, right? I don't know. That's the way I've read this presser, in a sense as well. But let me go through a few more chats and then I'll get to the next part where I want to go ahead and share with you guys for sure. Um, my guy Jeff says, Minshew needs to go now. Facts, bro. 100%. I agree with you. My guy SoCal Sal, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Draft best player available at 6, start at the second round. I'm not mad at that either. I think if they can't really go for Cameron Shador, they probably should go for best player available. Or you can trade down. You can trade down, get a couple more draft picks. If you get a second and another third, you're good. You can get a dart. You can get a dart, and then you can get a high running back. So um, we'll see. You get a high running back or a receiver, you get a really good receiver. This is the thing. I said something the other day. I forgot what podcast I was watching, and I said T Mac. I don't know if I was on Jeff's or not. I might have been, but I said T Mac, right? But the other thing too is that You have Trey Harris, you have Jaden Higgins, you got Ricky White. I mean, these are tall receivers. These guys are phenomenal receivers. So these guys are going to be available in those second and third rounds. They're probably going to be gone by the fourth, but second and third is really that sweet spot for those receivers. Jimmy Horn Jr. is another one. He's out of Colorado State. I like him. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's my thought process. Mike Gardner says if Carter and Ward, if yeah, Carter, Ward, and Sanders are gone by 6th pick, who would you get? Will Johnson. Will Johnson would be my next choice, or T Mac. It just depends. I guess if I'm thinking like Pete Carroll, I'm getting Will Johnson. That's the way I kind of see that. Um, cool. Let me take one more, and then we'll go ahead and go into Spytek, and then we'll chop it up about Spytek. And real quick, before I go into that, um, want to share the result. Well, I want to share the current results of the poll. Out of 17 votes, 88% of you do feel good and excited about Pete Coach being the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. 12%, I'm cautious. I'm going to feel it out. So you guys are not quite sold on Pete, and that's okay. And I'm not mad at that. I mean, even me, even though I am excited, I still kind of like take it with a little bit of grain of salt because I think just like Arnie was saying, it's just like I got to see the wins, you know. So I got to see more stuff. So I got to see which coordinators are going to be brought in, right? And then what coaches stay, what coaches get brought on, and then who we start bringing in free agency, right? Because free agency is going to be the first one. That's going to be really the telltale sign of what direction the Raiders are going to go in. I mean, they said it's going to be a fast build-up, so we're going to see how fast they build that up. My guess is they're probably going to bring in a veteran bridge QB. I think we all know who that is, but it's not that I like the guy, but he's been around the league. He's won. He is a very studious person, so he'll be able to go ahead and learn that playbook. He's familiar with Pete Carroll. And one thing for sure, this guy keeps his fucking nose clean, especially a town like Vegas. You need a guy like that. We don't need a fucking star quarterback being out, and doing God knows what with God knows who at God knows where. We don't need that type of drama. So a guy who's family oriented, who kind of keeps his nose clean. That is an appealing thing. That's something that we don't have to worry about. Somebody who can be a leader. That's another thing too, for sure. My guy Josh says Jackson Dart reminds me of young Josh Allen from college days. I saw his highlights. He's good, deep arm, mobile. Yes. There's a little bit of quirks in him, but obviously that can be all nurtured, facilitated, worked on. Pete Carroll's a terrific guy and the prime guy you want to go ahead and really bring in a young quarterback under, right? This guy has done it at SC. He said it today. I thank God. I don't even have to fucking pitch him no more. This guy said, like, if you see what I've done at SC, all the guys that I produced, Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, all these guys are top tier caliber quarterbacks. So we're gonna center this team around the quarterback. So whether I know I might get Jeff's heart pumping, but whether it's AOC, whether it's Russell Wilson, whoever they bring in, right? Shedeur Sanders or whoever, right? They're gonna center the team around them, protect the quarterback. I love that. Finally, the fucking O-line is being addressed. Thank God, Jesus, it's being addressed. I've said this year after year after year, and I know a lot of you probably said the same thing. We need to address that O-line, and it's really. I'm thinking they're really, really going to put a lot of emphasis on protecting the quarterback. You got to build a line. If you want to run the ball, you got to build the line. That's just facts. You can't do one without the other. That's just how it goes. So, I'm a little bit behind on the comments, but make sure you guys keep putting them on. I will come back I will go through more. But let me go ahead and play this next part because y'all was saying about my guy Spytek. I don't know, he's like, who is Spytek going to cut first? Trade resign on this roster. I feel like he's going to go pretty aggressive um, on this, with the team and on this draft and in free agency. So definitely. I can't wait to see that. Let me go ahead and play this part for you guys. Give me a second.
Part of successful teams that have won Super Bowls, and it's been a mix of homegrown talent as well.
All right. So really quick, this is a question that's been asked by Tashawn Reed. He's a writer and reporter for the Athletic. Make sure you guys give him a follow. So he's asking a question in regards to kind of how they're going to go ahead and build up through draft and all that good stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and go
Players
into
that you got through free agency or trades. How do you part of successful teams that have won Super Bowls, and it's been a mix of homegrown talent as well as players that you got through free agency or trades. How do you plan on straddling that balance between every GM wants to build through the draft, but also taking some swings in free agency and trades?
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't think there's any perfect way to do it. For us in Tampa recently, it was definitely draft and develop. I think at the start of the season, 44 of the players that made the initial 53 were drafted or signed by us as undrafted free agents. I think all but 2 starters were. But at the end of the day, we're gonna look anywhere we can to find a good football player. I don't care if it's at Michigan, Ohio State. It pains me to say Ohio State, but I'm gonna have to respect them. But our job is to be so open-minded where we will literally go anywhere in the country, anywhere in Canada to find a good football player. And I always admired the way that they started in Seattle at the quarterback position in particular. They just kept taking shots and shots and shots. They traded, they drafted guys high. They find their way to Russell. I mean, what an unbelievable move that was. He was a little bit different. He was under 6 feet at a time where most quarterbacks were over 6 feet, so willing to think outside the box a little bit. And these are things that I've learned throughout my career. And so, yes, we want to draft and develop because it's the best way to build a solid foundation of a team and then to reward those players with second contracts because we know exactly what we're doing. But if the opportunity comes to sign a Tom Brady or a Baker Mayfield or trade for a Jason Pierre-Paul or Rob Gronkowski, just examples of my career, we will absolutely do that when the team is ready and the organization is ready for that.
All right. Cool. Let me go ahead and put this out there for you guys on the next poll. All right. So, really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and let me share this with you guys real quick. I did end that poll on how do you guys feel about Pete being the head coach? So out of 20 votes, 89% said you guys feel good and excited. 10% you guys are still cautious, filling out. That's out of 20 votes. So majority is pretty pumped about Spytek and Pete Carroll being our new head coach, which is great. I did put up the next question for you guys. Would you like Spytek and Carroll to be aggressive in the draft or free agency? This is a good question, so I want to get you guys' thoughts on it. Make sure you guys go to the poll, put in your vote. I want to know your guys' thoughts on it, and I'll share this throughout the show. I'll probably keep this one on because this one is really good. This is, it could be both. It could be both too. But I want to hear what you guys, which one you guys rather have, because that is an interesting thing, for sure. But from what John said, that to me, for one, he sounds way more aggressive than Telesco, for sure, 100%. I don't give a fucking damn what you say. He is way more aggressive than Telesco. to me, he's not afraid to pull the trigger on if you need to go ahead. And sorry, Jeff. I know I've bursted your bubble with that, but he's not afraid of signing a big name. If it's a Justin Fields, if it's Shadur Sanders or whatever, right? Or it doesn't necessarily have to be a QB. It could be somebody else. He's going to go ahead and do that, and that's good. That's good. Those are the things that we do need. We do need that aggressiveness. We do that certainty. Um, Obviously, this guy's a really smart guy. He's going to do his homework. He's going to go ahead and get consultation from Carroll and Brady on their thoughts on what do you think about a certain player, right? Should we go out and try to swing for the fences on this particular player or this particular player? So, um, those are the things that um, he's going to go ahead and go out and do. He's um, I don't think there's going to be much objection um, to him as opposed to Tedesco, which draft wise he would. I feel that he's more like uh, kind of let the board come to him type thing. Like he won't go out and try to get somebody. He'll kind of let the pieces fall where they may, and he'll go through his little contingency scenarios. Well, if this player isn't available at this draft pick, then I'll go to this guy. If this guy's not available, I'll go through this guy. He'll just go down his little list, right? And it's educated, yes, but it's not aggressive. So it is a different type of guy than Telesco for sure. But again, what do you guys think about Spytek, about what he said earlier about he's going to do the necessary things, but he has to go ahead and build a team, and if it's going out and getting a big name, he'll go ahead and do that for sure. Salute to my guys, Pigs. Appreciate you for watching, brother. Wilson has yet proved that he can play against a modern NFL defense. He plays backyard football and misses a lot of reads. Okay. Yeah. Again, Russell's not my guy. Just kind of the way that shit's been floating out there might be the guy. For one, I mean, like I said, that familiarity with Pete is going to come in cheap. He's a veteran quarterback, so I don't know. Hopefully, it doesn't. I'd rather take Fields. In my opinion, I think he's probably the better one. That won't cost a lot. Obviously, Darnold's there, but it's going to be a lot. So I don't know. My guy Frank, appreciate you for watching, brother. I say no chance, but if Pete brings in Russell in, it ain't to hold no clipboard for sure, brother. Facts. Let's see. My guy Jeff says, I say no to Wilson. Don't want nothing to do with them. Okay, for sure. Raider Way, appreciate you for watching, brother. Draft is a way to go get a rookie deal, and they have more to prove. Yep, I agree, 100%. My guy Arnie, Pete Carroll and John Spytek will have to prove themselves with actions in the draft and in free agency in our division. Bring back Just Win, baby, for sure, man. And I think that's what they're gonna try to do. It sounds like that. With Pete basically saying, "Hey, we're gonna build up our run game. We're gonna run the ball, and we're gonna build up our defense." Shit, that's putting motherfuckers on notice, bro. For sure. Compared to this past year where we had absolute no run game and our defense was very spotty. So that goes to it was spotty at times and then at the end we started kind of coming back in. We have the core foundation at the defense. So but really building that up to a point where teams are going to be really scared of playing us, where teams like the Chiefs, they're going to be nervous. They're not really going to look forward towards that matchup with us because they know we're going to go ahead and we already bring it. We're going to even and having a great caliber defense, we're going to go ahead and smash their teeth in, which is definitely what we want. Commitment to excellence for sure. My guy Raider Way, if you're not competing, then you're not. Facts. Arnie says we need more draft capital. Every position room needs more talent. By trading up, we will lose draft capital. Yeah, that's the downside. If they decide to go ahead and trade up, you might lose some draft picks. You can maybe trade some players and keep some of that draft equity. But again, yeah, you're gonna have to give up something. So that's a question. Are the Raiders willing to go ahead and do that? And it's Pete Carroll and Spytek because mind you, this is it. And we're talking in the group chat. Uh, the order may not come from them. It might not. They might be directed to go ahead and go after like a shooter or Cam. You never know. It might be that scenario. I mean, we know the relationship with Spytek and Brady, so and Pete will follow along if need be. He'll go with the program because um, he's not here for that much time. So if they're like, hey, you need to go out and get your door, make that happen, they can go ahead and make that happen. Now, might not be necessarily the right move, or maybe you never know. He might fall to 6. That could always be a scenario, or it could be a scenario where he gets picked at number 2. Then it's still a trade with Cleveland. So I don't know. My guy Desirator, they had not two meaningless games, not one two meaningless games. We have used the draft capital to move up. We wouldn't have to use the draft capital to move up. Yeah, facts. We probably would have been at 3 or 4, somewhere around. If we would have won those 2 games, we would have been fine. We would have been at 1. We wouldn't have had lost the number 1 pick because that's what happened, right? When we beat the Jags, we lost it. We were at number 1, and then we won against with the Saints, and then we went even further down, and we lost against the Chokers. So we moved up to 6, which is kind of outside looking in type of scenario, which sucks. We are higher up, but we're out of the top 5. So again, to get in the top 5, we're gonna have to make a deal for that. My guy Raider Way says if they feel like there's a QB they want, I think they will be aggressive. Yeah, I think so too. Um, that's just kind of from all that language that was said today. That to me, that nothing is off the table. They're gonna go ahead and do what they feel is gonna be the best thing to catapult the team into contention right away. Now, me for myself, I err on the side of more caution, and I feel that we're still not gonna have a 500 win team this coming year. It's gonna be close. Uh, I was on my boy Cheeto's show right now, and I think it was you Art, who asked what's the ceiling and what's the floor. I said 7 and 10. See, floor is 7 and 10. So it needs 10 and 7. So I could go either way, but it depends what kind of team we put together. So um, that does matter. So um, Arnie says, "Who's your number 1 free agent to sign? Who is your number 1 player extend?" So extending Max for sure, 100%. You extend Max. Max is getting extended. So I don't even. I'm not. Let's just put a check mark on that, because we know what way they're going to swing. Spillane's going to be my other guy. Free agent to sign, man. I don't know. I want to say quarterback, but I also want to say receiver. Um, I'll say they might go. They might. If I'm doing it, I'll probably get Justin Fields. That's my pick. I don't want Wilson. I don't really like Frank. I don't really like Wilson. I would want to get um um I would want to get Fields here and keep him here for like 3 years. I think that would be a good fit and be at the same time as Carroll here. But that I don't see that necessarily happening. I wouldn't get Sam Darnold for the whole only point that he's going to be too damn expensive. Even though that price tag might go down a little bit because of what happened during the playoffs, but yeah, those are my thought process. But you got to extend Spillane for sure, 100%. My guy Frank, there is nothing that I see in this draft we're trading up for. If anything, trade down and multiply. Yeah, definitely can go in that direction. Um, we're gonna do the mock scenarios. Might do this Saturday. Depends if I'm working on a big guess. If that falls through, we're probably going to look towards doing the mock drafts, and then we'll go ahead and maybe do have you guys. We're all going to participate, but I'll have you guys. Maybe you guys do a donation. You guys get to go ahead and do, uh, go ahead and go through a whole mock scenario, and I'm just picking the guys for you guys. So, but might do that direction. Again, if you guys are new to the show, appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, hit those thumbs, keep supporting the show. Currently, I was at 213 subscribers, trying to get to that 250 mark, getting closer by the damn day. Help me out, help me help you. Support the show. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications, especially when news happens. I'll be dropping those shorts, letting you guys know what's going on. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe, hit those thumbs. Appreciate you guys tapping in for sure. My guy, let's see here. I lost my place, but yeah, I was on Rachitos. Okay. So it's gonna be an exciting off season watching Spytek put his roster together. Facts. So right away, Darnold too much. Fuck yeah, too much money. Not my first pick. So and we don't know how it's gonna be next year. I mean, consensus is probably gonna still be the same, but I mean, look at this playoff. I don't know. It's just a lot of money, for sure. Desert Raider, Darnold equals fool's gold. Facts. Uh, Arnie says, "Can Pete develop Daniel Jones?" I don't think nobody can develop Daniel Jones, but I don't see Daniel Jones. I think he got signed to Minnesota. They say Minneapolis, but yeah, they're from Minneapolis. But the Vikings. So I think he stays there. I don't think he's gonna. Maybe they let him go. Maybe they come. I don't know. But he's probably gonna stay there. We'll see. Um, Arnie says free agent QB Darnold, Wilson, Mark, Daniel Jones, Fields, Watson, choice one. For sure, it's not going to be Daniel Jones, not Darnold. Mark, are you talking about Mariota? I like Mariota. I'm not mad at that. Again, he's on that borderline of sort of pricey, but sort of not. Um, we'll see. I'm not mad at that. I do like Fields. I like Mariota when he was here, but fuck, we paid a lot for that backup QB. It was a lot. So if you're bringing Mariota, he's starting. Don't bring him in as backup. But yeah, Mariota, yeah, he costs a little bit for sure. Arnie says, if Pete hires Mike LaFleur, can he develop Daniel Jones or Justin Fields? It's not going to be Daniel Jones, bro. It's not. I don't know. You got to get off the Daniel Jones train. I know that's not a lot of the Raider fans, especially me. I am not about Daniel Jones. Literally, that dude got cut for sucking, bro. No. Justin Fields, his scenario was just awful. With the year prior with Getsy, we know how Getsy turned out. He did play pretty well in Pittsburgh. They just didn't play him too much because they didn't want to do that. They don't want to give up a higher draft pick. That's a lot of the reason why they sat him. So I take Justin Fields. That's me, bro. Raider says, F that, let's go to win the Super Bowl. Fuck yeah, bro. Depends what team they put together, but I'm being realistic. It probably won't happen. My guy, Raiders fool Chris. Appreciate you for tapping in, brother. My buddy's a Steelers fan. He said we could have Wilson, that they want to keep Fields. Haha, we shall see what happens. Bro, I feel you. My brother-in-law is a Steelers fan, so I think he might want to keep Fields too. And I don't blame him. I mean, I think he's the better of the two, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Obviously, so you guys know it's important date, March 12th. Write it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. That is when free agency starts. Free agency starts. So free agency starts at 4 p.m. Eastern, but before that, I think like a few hours before, is an unrestricted free agency. So it's like a first right of refusal, which means like anybody who's gonna go up for free agency gets a bid, whether or not you want to go ahead and let this guy test out or not. If you don't want to test out, you make an offer, and work that out. So, but after that, I think at 4, that's really when free agency starts. So, um, keep that date in mind because that's gonna be an important date. I'm gonna be on my phone constantly just to see what news comes in, if they get any acquisitions or extensions, um, outside of our sphere, right? So we'll see what happens. Um, Salute to my guy Raider Ryan. Appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Thank you for watching. Let's see here. My guy Arnie says, best case scenario for OC in your opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all know. I posted this on Twitter, and again, this is coming from Deshaun Reed at the Athletic. He feels that Darren Bevel is a strong candidate to come in as offensive coordinator. Right? Obviously, there's still more people have to be interviewed, but based on the history and everything, it might be Bevel. We'll see what happens. Um, I would like to see LaFleur. I like to see Bobby Slowick. That's my personal opinion. I think the whole thing with Justin Fields, CJ Stroud, the whole regression and everything. I don't think you put that on him. And obviously the Texans are not gonna put it on CJ, right? That's their guy. He's a long term for them. So, who else are gonna put it on but your OC? So, yeah, there was a little bit of regression on him, but I don't necessarily think that's on Bobby. But I don't know. Agree to disagree if you would like. Frank says Daniel Jones has skills, talent, but something ain't right behind those eyes, bro. I don't know, man. Look, I mean, I haven't seen too much of Daniel Jones because obviously he's in New York. He was at New York, but he was there for quite a while, bro, and he did not do a goddamn thing over there. So I don't know. I'm not sold on him. Not sold on him. I don't think I ever will be. What's the best case scenario for DC in your opinion? So, all right, a couple things. Let's get into it, y'all. Let me pull up my thing over here. Um, so DC candidates, right? All right. Patrick Graham stays? Question mark. Possibility, y'all. They are going to keep him. They're going to go ahead and give him consideration, right? He's probably going to re-interview for that position and see if there's a connection, there's a vibe, there's alignment and thought between PG and Pete Carroll. So he there might be a possibility. That's great news. I'd love to hear that. Possibility of that continuity still there, right? Still keep that going, right? The other name, and that I'm very, very happy about that I've been throwing out there, and I said it on Saturday, y'all, when we had Q, is that a lot of teams have been blocking Robbie Leonard to interview with other teams. Nobody knew the reason, but now it makes sense. He's going to be interviewed for defensive coordinator. So even though PG is still going to interview, um, Robbie's now in part of that mix, part of that conversation. So great news to hear. If PG decides to go ahead and not stay with us, or it's not a vibe, it's not a fit, I would like to see that man get the nod. Never know. Great offensive mind. So I'm a defensive mind, so we'll see what happens. But I'm glad to hear Robbie's name being thrown out there for consideration. But yeah, Daryl Bevel is one of them. Haven't really heard any other names as of yet. But we'll see what happens. I know I already hear, I already see Arnie's comment. The whole pass play with whole Lynch and all that shit with that Super Bowl game, right? The 2014 one. But I mean, shit, that was ages ago, bro. You can't hold it against that dude forever. It was 2014, 11 years ago. So I don't know, man. But again, that goes, and that's what when Pete said, I want to go ahead and try to keep familiar faces. I want to bring in familiar faces, people that know the system. That was the one. That was going to be that guy. I'm not necessarily on board with that, but reading the tea leaves, he might be the guy. Don't be surprised if he gets announced. Don't be surprised, y'all. Just putting it out there, okay? It's just certain things line up, and that's one of those things that line. My guy Fool Chris says Slowick, LaFleur, OC, Robbie Leonard, DC. Yes, bro, that would be fucking awesome. I would love to have that. We'll see what happens, but um, I hope Mike's name gets put in there. I haven't heard anything as of yet. But let me. I think I might have posted something earlier. I don't remember, but let me check my Twitter. I think I just posted for I just posted for Robbie Leonard earlier today. One other one I did repost. Tashawn did say, because I follow all of them, but Tashawn did say Carl Scott is going to be another one that's going to be interviewed for defensive coordinator as well. So and this is also backed by Jonathan Jones, NFL insider. So that's another name out there as well. He's part of the Seahawks. So, PG might come back. Yep, exactly. My guy Arnie says, bring back Patrick Graham. Will not a head coaching job. We'll bring him back as DC. Yeah. So, I mean, there's only one team left out there that needs a head coach, and that's the New Orleans Saints, right? And Mike McCarthy's still out there, and I think that he's probably gonna be the front runner for that. I mean, I guess I don't know. I haven't heard anything that he has gone to go and interview for that position, but my best guess is that he's probably not gonna get that one. We'll see. Raiders Fool Chris says hire Rob Leonard. Facts, bro. That'll be fucking sick. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm just happy that he's being interviewed. That's the thing, that he's actually being considered. Okay, let's go with Leonard. Here we go, for sure. Yes, he can learn under Carroll. And again, a young coach, a young coordinator, young coach that can step in eventually. That whole succession, as we're talking about, that could definitely happen. It's happened before, Tampa Bay, perfect example. Bruce Arenas didn't want to do that no more. He handed it off to the next guy. So, definitely could happen. Desiree, is there a reason why the Giants let PG walk? I don't know, man. I'm not sure what the whole thing over there was. But Dable's there. I don't know. I didn't know. Are you talking about like head coaching or just like DC? I'm not sure, bro. Arnie says, "What do you think of Greg Olson as quarterback coach, Tom Cable offensive line coach?" I'm not mad at that. That'll be cool, bro. Let's see. Doesn't Dilligan remind you of Russell Wilson? Height wise, yeah. I mean, there's similarities, and me and Cheeto were talking about that. I mean, he's under the 6 foot class, right? So I don't know. He's you can't not consider that dude. So but I don't feel like he would be like a real like big option. Like if I had to choose between Dart, Howard, and him, I'm choosing Dart then Howard and then Gabriel in that order. So my guy Frank says Cable Strubber. I don't know. We'll see. Desert Raider says was suggesting Graham, but that wasn't good. That's why Giants let him go. Yeah, maybe. Um, my guy Raider Ryan says Matthew Stafford is available. I'm in. Maybe I don't. Well, for one, Matthew Stafford is not a free agent, so we would have to trade for that dude. What would you give up for that dude? That's the question. I don't know. Um, you would have to give up a pretty penny. If even if the Rams, that who knows? Because I don't know if I see the Rams really ready to part ways with Stafford. I mean they've been going to the playoffs. They've been in contention. They just haven't made it back since whenever they won their Super Bowl. I forgot when they did that. I think it was 2020, 2021. I don't know. I forgot. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's available or not. Hulk Smash, appreciate you for watching, brother. Been a Raider fan since 2000. Fam, honestly, tired of hearing all the talk. It always sounds good. We need some actions for once. Actions over words for once. Yeah, man. We'll see what happens. Obviously, you know, from what's being said now, they're going to try to go ahead and build a team now as opposed to letting it kind of ferment over the next 2 or 3 years or 4 years, right? It's a 5-year process, but they're just going to go ahead and hit the ground running, right? That means trying to get the right guys at coaching, trying to get the right guys in free agency, and getting the best guys in the draft. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Arnie says, other than Rob Leonard, what position coach would you keep from the AP staff? Well, obviously, I would keep Robbie. I mean, there's, I don't know. I mean, so there's the other thing that that we're kind of talking about on Saturday was that Max, this guy, he's a strength and conditioning guy. Um, Fuck, I forgot his name. Um, that's a guy you might keep, and he has close ties to Max. So that might be a guy that most likely is going to stay. If he already has that relationship with Max, you don't want to go ahead and let go of him and get Max upset. You want to obviously try to keep Max happy as much as you can. So if it means keeping on the strength and conditioning guy, you definitely want to go ahead and do that. I'm sorry, I'm out of I forgot his name. See if I can look him up. Raider strength conditioning coach. AJ Nibble. I don't know if it's Nibble. I don't know if it's him. I forgot, but it's somebody who works with Max. So they're talking about that. So for sure him. But other than that, I mean, you're probably gonna have to gut most of the guys. So we'll see. Raider Rand says throw in Andre James. Facts, bro. Gotta get that guy out. For sure. They can have Minshew for sure, man. Raiders will Chris Super Bowl champ for a good booger eater. Uh-huh. For sure. Let's see. Raider Ryan says Ian Rappaport was saying Stafford future with the Rams was in question. Get him for cheap towards the end of his career. Okay. If that's the case, um then for sure. I don't know. Unless they I mean, obviously, I don't fucking keep up with the Rams, so I don't know if they have anybody in mind they're gonna replace Stafford with. If they do, fuck it, cool. Let's see. Let's make a deal to see what happens if it's cheap. Yeah, cool. We can consider that for sure. Let's see. I would go ahead and keep Coach, but yeah, I forgot about him. He's a linebacker. I'm sorry, not the linebacker. He's the O line coach. So he did improve that O line as well. So also the scheme did help they shifted away from whatever they're running, whatever they were running for the O line. That got changed and it did look better. JPJ being at center also did help a lot. That's his natural position. Obviously, being at guard is not his best strong suit, but he doesn't suck. Not at guard. It's just not his premier position. So for sure. My guy Arnie says, "Who is a disappointing player for last season?" Fucking what's his name? It's Jeff's favorite player. Uh, Parham. Parham was pretty much a letdown. Zeus was a letdown, as well. So Tyree, I'll throw Tyree in there, but I mean he improved. But Parham just fucking sucked, bro. Andre James also too. So I don't know. We'll see. My guy Frank says Stafford is good for maybe another year or two. Then it's Elmer's glue factor for him. Facts, bro. Facts. I think that's gonna be the case. Before I go into more questions, make sure you guys hit up that chat, light that chat up, guys, with your thoughts and opinions about this whole day. It's been a crazy day, exciting day. A lot of things sounds like it's gonna be in the works. We still have questions on the coordinators, but they're starting to go ahead and kind of being filled in a little bit. So we're starting to get more clarity on kind of what the direction they might go in. I think that DC position is going to be filled before the offensive coordinator position. That is my take on it. Let me go ahead and go over to that poll that I put out earlier and ask you guys: would you like Spytek and Carroll to be aggressive in the draft or free agency? So out of 22 votes, 68% said the draft, 32% said free agency out of 22 votes casted in. If you haven't voted already, make sure you guys go vote. Let me know your thoughts on this poll. For sure. I'll keep it up for a little while longer and then I'll go ahead and close it out in a little bit. So make sure you guys cast your votes for sure. And again, if you guys are new to the show, appreciate you guys tapping in, appreciate you guys watching on this Monday night. Make sure you guys go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button for sure. Hit those thumbs. Support the show. I am trying to get to 250 subscribers. Help me get there. Support the show. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications when I do live. Sometimes as news happens, I'll go live. I'll go live that day. If I can't do it on the spot, I usually do it later in the day, but I always usually do it live. So make sure you guys turn on notifications for that. I'll also go ahead and put on those reels as well. So I'll break news that way because that's pretty quick for me, and I can go ahead and get the message out there. I'll let you guys know as well. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications for sure, for sure. So let me go ahead and go back to the chat. Let's see here. My guy Troy says, "What kind of free agents do you think we'll go for?" So I think we're gonna go for quarterback and free agency, wide receiver and free agency. We might get linemen in free agency. Again, the whole thing with these linemen in free agency, normally what happens is that you're not getting top tier guys. Usually what happens is that these linemen like to stay with their teams usually long term because of that continuity, right? They know each other's timing, they know each other's habits, they already work as a unit. And to go into a different team and kind of relearn that process and work with you guys, sometimes it proves a little bit difficult for them. So I don't know. There's guys who don't give a fuck about that and want to go ahead and test out free agency. There is some names out there. Let me go ahead and kind of go into that. I'll name some names right now. Let me see. Lineman. You got. I'm gonna read you guys some names that kind of stick out a little bit. Zach Martin from Dallas, Cam Robinson from Minnesota. See Ryan Kelly from Indianapolis. Zach Martin is old. He's actually 34. So I don't know about that guy. Let's see. Tyron Smith. He's older on the older side. Let's go down here. No, he's on the older side. Mike Kai Beckton. He's a free agent. Kendall Lamb is a free agent. Let's see here. Robert Jones. So DJ Humphreys from Kansas City, and he's getting older. So I don't know. Out of those names, I'm not really too thrilled on that. Let's see. Yeah. So but I think they might get a guy from off from to come in and uh for like a tackle or guard. That could be a possibility. So um you might get you also might get a defensive for sure. Might get a corner, a veteran corner, in free agency too. Those are a little bit more abundant um than the offensive guys. So let me see here because I am on the list. Cornerback. Travarius Ward from San Francisco. Let's see. Um, DJ Reed from the Giants. Stephen Gilmore, but Stephen Gilmore is kind of up there now. He's actually 34, so I don't know about him. I would have liked to drafted him like 3 years ago. That would have been fucking cool. Let's see. Dante Jackson from the Steelers. CJ Henderson from the Steelers. Travarius White from the Ravens is another one. So that class is a little bit more rounded out. So they might get a corner from there. So we'll see what happens. But that's kind of my take. Um, Peace out, brother. Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate you for watching, man. For sure. Um, my guy Raider Ryan says Beast Mode streaming at the Raiders press conference. Yeah, he was very vocal, bro, with his Raiders for sure. Zamir White after all the workout hype bullshit. I know, bro. Like that was a big bubble burst for me, bro. I was like, man, this was gonna fucking like tear shit up. He has no vision, bro. So you can be badass motherfucker, all swollen shit, but if you got no vision, man, you're one dimensional. That's gonna hurt. Arnie says, Fields, Harris, Godwin, Trey Smith, Holland are good free agents. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I like those. I'm not mad at that for sure. Um, Zeus of the fields, a mirror on the field. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Appreciate you for sure. Um, let's see. My guy Robert Ping, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Thank you for watching on this Monday night for sure. Raiders Food Chris. I like a couple running backs in this class. Scam Campbell, Devin Neal. Do you have any you've been looking at or at hearing about? So, bro, Marion Campton from University of North Carolina, bro. That's a dude that we should definitely try to fucking get. Um, what's his name? Henderson from Ohio State is another dude you need to get. Cam Scatterboo is definitely on the fucking list. I am not mad at Devin Neal. I love those guys. All those two names that you put out, bro, they're fire already, bro. Cam is the better out of Devin. Out of those two, Cam is the better one. But I think we get Scottaboo, bro. I think that's gonna happen. Um, it's gonna happen when one of for having that second third. We can always double dip. We can always double dip in the position, and I said we should double dip. We shouldn't double dip twice because there's other areas that we need. But if we double dip and get draft two running back, especially with this fucking draft class, bro. Yeah. And if your agenda and you put it out in the motherfucking universe, you put it out to the AFC West, we're gonna run the fucking ball. Try to stop us, motherfucker. You need some guy like Cam Scatterbo. You need some guy like Omarion Hampton to come in and fucking plow the motherfucking road, bro. These are the guys you want. These are the guys you want. Look out for those names. Do a little research, guys. These guys are pretty good. So Arnie says, I want to see more of Trey Taylor, Dylan Lobby, Tommy freaking Eichenberg, Chris Smith Jr., Amari, Ferrari Gainer. Who else do we need to give more playing time? Facts. Dylan can still be a guy that just might need a little bit more development. He just got done with his rookie year. He didn't do all too great, but he's still under that rookie contract, and he still has a few more years. So I mean, you're getting a guy like Pete Carroll to come in. He's going to help plug in some of those holes, right? But definitely gotta learn to hold on the ball, bro, for sure. Yeah, definitely like to see more of Trey Taylor. Eichenberg too. That'll be cool. Gainer was a good one, bro. I don't know what happened where we did not see much of him. We saw him a little bit, and then like he fucking fell off. So maybe that turns around in this season. So I would like to see that for sure. Uh, Appreciate Armando. Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. It's all good, bro. I mean, I'm probably gonna run it for a few more minutes. Then I'll be out because I gotta work tomorrow. But definitely wanted to go ahead and do this Monday show. I'll be doing this Monday show regularly, guys. I'll be going on after Cheetah. So make sure you guys keep tapping in. Again, if you're new to the show, appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button for sure. Keep supporting the show for sure. Raider Docs, appreciate you for watching, brother. People saying Pete Carroll's too old when our president is 80 years old. LOL. Facts, bro. I mean, look at that dude today, man. He crushed that fucking press conference, bro. He was all fucking pumped. So, um, yeah, I don't think he missed a step with Pete. Pete doesn't miss a step. That's to me that looks like he's ready to go ahead and get to work, put a team together, and really get this team back in the direction it needs to go in, and that's back into greatness. It's gonna take a little while. This is one thing I'm gonna tell you guys. Make sure curb your expectations. I know we're pumped, we're excited, we're ready to go. We want to go ahead and get that 11-6, 12-5 records and whatnot, but it's probably not going to happen in the first season. And I'm just being real. I see this season going like 7-10, maybe 8-9. If they over deliver, great, beautiful. That's awesome. Obviously, we can kind of see more of that happening once they start bringing in guys. Once we see that that coaching staff being put together, we can make more of that assessment. But I want to let y'all know that it's still the build. It's just going to be a fast build, and as much as these guys are trying to put a great team together, it does take some time. It does take some time. So just putting it out there. Let's keep it realistic. I don't see us really going to the playoffs this next year. Maybe next year. That would be more of a realistic thing. Honestly, I just want to go ahead and come out and just fucking smash on the AFC West. I want us to be able to go ahead and compete with some of the other teams out there as well. And if we're able to go ahead and walk away with the season where we're like 8-9, 7-10, I feel that's a victory because we've already beaten what we did this year, right? I think this was our lowest point. I mean, shit. At one point, we thought we were going to go ahead and walk away with a 2-15 season. For us to be able to go ahead and go into the following season 7-10, or 8-9, I think that's a win, and build off that. Remember, Pete's going to be here for the next 3 years. He ain't going to go nowhere. If this season doesn't work out, doesn't mean he's going to get canned. This is not a short-term thing. This is not even a long-term thing. This is a 3-year thing, and that's a long-term thing for us where we usually let our coaches go within a year or two. So to know that and for him to say that, that gives me reassurance. This motherfucker ain't going nowhere. He's gonna be here for a while. So, uh, we'll see what happens. I just want to put it out there for sure. Um, my guy Raiders Fool Chris says, "Hell yeah, pound the fucking rock, facts, bro. That's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be shoving that fucking rock down the Chiefs' throat, all the chokers, Broncos, everybody, bro. They're gonna that run game. If we draft well and we get these fucking, if we get a really strong running back, if we get two strong running backs, bro. Mind you, we still got McCormick in this motherfucker. We still have Zeus signed. Don't know what's gonna happen there necessarily. It could turn around for him. Maybe they have to kind of, work with him a little bit to turn his game around. You never know. But if we draft like one or two guys from the draft, quality running backs, shit, man, that run game is gonna be on point for sure. My guy Armando said, I like when Marshawn Lynch said Raiders. And P was talking to the press. For sure. Raider Fools Chris said, settle down, Mark. Yeah, everybody thought it was Mark. I thought it was Mark for a split second, but then I thought it was Max, bro. I was like, damn. Max got out of his focus face for a second and just went Raiders. Max, man, y'all see Max, right? Y'all saw Max. Some people thought he was like upset. He was pissed, but that dude seemed focused to me. I think he was just pumped. I think he had that game face on. Like I'm ready to fucking smash a motherfucker's face in right now, bro. I feel that's the type of look he had today because and then you see pictures later on, right, of him slapping hands and all this shit, right? And that's good to reach out to Max. So I feel like they just call him that moment. He's like, damn, bro, I'm ready to fucking go to war, bro. Because imagine this dude got out, 3-4 games before the season ended, and he had to do the surgery, and right now he's gonna start rehab pretty soon once he gets that boot off, because he's on a boot right now, and then he's gonna start getting back to work eventually. So, I know he's a competitor through and through, and I can't wait. I can't wait till they resign him. We get this shit out of the way, right? We because I think that's where he was a little bit concerned, where he didn't know the next guy who was going to come in. He didn't look. He didn't know whether or not, he didn't know how that situation was going to look. He didn't know whether he's going to fucking get paid, and that's a matter you need to fucking pay for sure. I'm not mad at that. Get your paper, bro. But my whole thing was the airing out your dirty laundry. I'm not necessarily cool with that, especially when we're trying to get big name dudes to come in and coach with us. Um, it's not a good look when it doesn't look like you have your house in order. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that he's gonna be taken care of. He's gonna be good, and we can go ahead and start focusing on football, bro. And just kind of push that whole all that trade bullshit to the side, and just like what, we're gonna run it, bro. We're gonna be contenders. So I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad that's being taken care of. My other guy, Richie said he just kind of stoic. Yes, sir. This is right there in the cut for sure, 100%. Let me go ahead and go in back to this poll that I had put out earlier. And again, make sure you guys put in your vote. If you haven't done so already, head to that poll. I asked you guys, would you like Spytek and Carroll to be aggressive in the draft or free agency? 30 votes in so far. 63% said the draft, 37% said free agency. Make sure you guys go cast your vote. So if it's a draft, who do you guys want? Who do you guys want in the draft? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna challenge the chat right now. Give me your pick at 6, your first round pick 6, second round, and we'll do it for third. Give me your 2 third rounders. Put them in that order. I'm gonna read it from left to right, and then that'll be the order. Let me know you got thoughts on this. I want to see what everybody. The 63% said they want to see the aggressiveness. So if you're John Spytek and you got your boy Pete next to you, and y'all going through it. Who are you guys gonna get at 6? Let's say you guys don't trade up. Let's say you're gonna stay at 6. You're gonna sit at 6. Let's see who falls to you. Who you gonna get at 6? If you can have them, who you gonna get at 6 for sure? Let me know. Again, if you guys are watching the show, appreciate you guys tapping in on this Monday night. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. Hit those thumbs up for sure. Support your boy. Trying to get to that 250 subscriber mark. I was at 213 earlier. Don't know where I'm at now. I haven't even paid attention to it. But just hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Help your boy out. Appreciate you guys tapping in and watching for sure. 100%. But I want to go ahead and get you guys' thoughts because 63% they want that aggressiveness on the draft. So I want to know who you guys, if you guys are in the driver's seat, who you guys picking for sure. My guy Raiders First Chris said he wants to know the plan. That's all that's been through a lot of his team. He wants to win. Like the rest of us, I'm sure they'll pay him back. He's talking about Max Crosby. I agree, bro. For me to see Max there at that press conference speaks volumes, bro. For one, I mean, he can lay back at the cut in the house and just chill and watch this shit through, on the stream and whatever. But being in the building, meeting with these guys, knowing like, hey, I'm here about business, bro. I'm here about winning. And showing that he wants to be a part of this team speaks volumes, bro. Speaks volumes. So I'm glad he was there. I appreciate that. And that's a very good sign for me that Max is going to be definitely taken care of for sure, 100%. Barbecue and Raider, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Max cryptic tweets can start to be a distraction to the team. Yeah, it could, bro. And that's what I say about the dirty laundry. It could be a distraction. It doesn't look like you have that house in order. I love Max to the fullest, bro. I want him to be here. I want him to retire Raider. He's my guy. And I have the Max Crosby shirt. I rock that shit, but there's a certain way. I think he was just like Raiders Fools Chris said, he just wanted to know the plan. He wants to win. He wants to get paid for sure. That's for damn sure. And Spytek said earlier, he's like, I never seen a dude play every fucking snap. You got to take care of a guy like that. You have a workhorse like Max Crosby. You got to pay him. You got to take care of the guy. Especially a man who has your fucking team's emblem tatted on him, who said repeatedly, I want to fucking retire a Raider. You got to take care of the dude. Make that happen. For sure. My guy Troy says Carter and lineman and running back in the 3rd round. Cool. Like that for sure. I like it. That's the thing. I don't think Abdul will be there at 6, but by a stroke of miracle, if he was there, you gotta get him for sure. And if nobody else is available and Carter's available, you get Carter, bro, all day. Imagine this: Abdul Carter on one side, Max Crosby on the other, and then you got Christian Wilkins right smack dab in the middle. Good luck, bro. Good fucking luck for sure. My guy Joey, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. Get offensive line and more running backs. Facts, bro. Facts. I personally, I think you can go ahead and get your linemen in the 4th and 5th rounds. Mind you, guys, we're gonna have three 6th-round comp picks coming to us as well. So we're gonna have some extra draft picks at 6. So you can definitely go ahead and fill out not only your linemen, but you can also get some defensive players as well to go ahead and create that depth. So I'll be there as well. My guy Raider Fools Chris says Shador at number 6, Will Johnson, Cam Scatterboo, and O-line. So you're saying Shador at 6, Will Johnson at in the 2nd round if he's still there, Scatterboo in the 3rd, and then a lineman, and for the other 3rd. Okay. I don't know if Will be there at the 2nd, bro. I think somebody's gonna get him at fucking. He's a 1st rounder for sure. But But if he's there, bro. I don't think he'll fall that far down. That kid is really fucking good. So we'll see. My guy Rochita says T Mac, Mario Hampton in the second, Jaden Higgins, and Trench's offensive line, defensive line. I love that. Bro, that 100 right there, bro. Got that shit right on the money. Amari Hampton is a fucking beast, bro. So yeah. You give me another one. All right, cool. T Mac, Jackson Dart. So that if we don't get if we're not getting Shador, we're getting Jackson Dart, Jaden Higgins, and one of the higher running backs, Henderson or Judkins. Let me know. Then online. Okay, gotcha. You can get both, bro. Shit. If I don't know if both of them will be there. I think Judkins, the stock is rising, but yeah, that'd be cool. Uh, my guy Frank says one thing I like about Pete Carroll is that even though he is in his 70s, I believe that he'll be able to relate to players 50 years younger than he is. Yeah, that dude. Look, that dude has a passion about football. You can see that. It's very evident. He's gonna go out there, and you guys seen the clips. They came out the last few days about Pete and the relationship he had out in Seattle. I don't think it's going to be very difficult for him to establish that kind of relationship here in Vegas. You know, especially with you have guys like Max Crosby. You have guys like Christian Wilkins. Guys leader in those rooms. It's not gonna be a hard sell. It's not gonna be a hard sell to create this relationship. So I'm definitely can't wait until they start getting into OTAs and all this shit. But obviously we want to see what kind of team are they gonna build first off. But yeah, for sure. Barbecuing Raider says T Mac, Hampton, and uh cornerback and O line for the two third rounders. Cool. I like that. I like that for sure. Yeah, we definitely need depth defensively, for sure. You can still get pretty decent guys at corner in the third. So yeah, I'm not mad at that for sure. Barbecue Raider says, if we get Russell Wilson, should we get a QB in the next year's draft? Nah, man. I mean, look, you could still get it. Okay, you could still get a quarterback this draft and get one next draft. If the way that they project, look, they're not gonna. I'm gonna tell you guys something right now. They're not gonna go ahead and tank. That is not in Pete Carroll's vocabulary. So for everybody to think that they're gonna go ahead and tank to try to get it like Archie Manning, because I know that name's being thrown out there, it's not gonna happen. It's not a realistic thing. So you got to get your quarterback now, because next year's draft class, I don't think it's gonna get any better than this one. So it looks like it's just keep going down. So you got to get your guy now, and develop him, and that's it. I don't think you wait. I mean, if you could still get it in 26, but then you kind of have to trade up. Then really, you really have to trade up. I mean, you really have to be aggressive. You might have to give up a lot to get a top pick, and I don't know. I mean, Manning might go number one. I mean, I heard he's pretty fucking good. I haven't quite seen him like a whole lot of him, but I already heard really good shit about him. So I mean, if the hype is there, man, I mean, I don't know. You could. Nothing says that you can't. There's nothing in like that says you really can't. I mean, you can always. Um, AOC is going to be. He's still under last year of his rookie contract. You keep him right because he's so cheap, and then you can let him go next year. We're gonna part ways with Minshew. He's gonna go. I don't see that guy sticking around for this year. So let's say you get Wilson, right? Like let's run through your scenario. So let's say you get Wilson, right? Let's say you draft Dart, right? For example, I'm just throwing it out there. It doesn't matter who. Let's say you draft Dart, right? So you have Russell Wilson, you got AOC as your second or third, whatever, and you dart at three. So let's say you put Dart at number QB3, right? You play out your year, go 7-10. You're probably going to be ranked around 15. between the 12th and 18th mark, around there, give or take, maybe 20th. And then you have to trade up, right? So you have to give up a lot to get like Archie Manning, Drew Lar, uh, to go ahead and move up, right? You can get rid of AOC at that point because you might just let him go and be like, hey man, thanks for your services, but we're gonna go in a different direction. So we'll see. But you could do that. You could do that. It's definitely a possible scenario. But I think just to be safe, you have to still get your quarterback at some fucking level in this draft, and then you can still swing for the fences next year. So we'll see. Uh, Claire Ridge, appreciate you for tapping in, brother. I don't think the Raiders should trade up for QB. We could build an amazing team with our picks. Let's get a second or third round QB. Yeah. So I look. This is the thing. This is the conflict. So it might come down where Brady and Davis might give that mandate. You need to go get your door. It might be that thing, and they're going to go along with it. Especially Spytek. Spytek has a great relationship with Brady. He's going to pitch him. This is why I think you should get this guy. John's a fucking smart guy. He knows. He knows. So it might boil down to that. But let's say if it's Pete's choice, if they're like, hey Pete, you're gonna do your thing. You and John figure it out. We're not gonna meddle. They'll probably go for a defensive player. It might be like Will John. I don't see Abdul hitting 6, and I don't think they'll trade up for anybody, right? But they'll probably get Will Johnson at 6, and then they'll start going from there, and they'll get their QB in the second round for sure. Appreciate my guy Joey tapping in. Appreciate you for watching, brother. Will y'all be mad if we made the trade? If we made the sorry, I can't even talk. Will y'all be mad? Mate, if we trade the first round pick away for next year? Like, what do you mean? Like, who are you trading for? So, give me a little bit more context on that. Give me a little more content. Like, who would you trade for? So, if you're trading for somebody, like, are you trading for DK Metcalf, or what are we trading here? So let me know, bro. My guy, Raiders Food Chris says Kobe Bryant is a corner we might be able to get in the second round. Yeah, or even the third, bro. I think he might be available at the third. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm not. I like that guy. The guy from Kansas. He's good. He's good for sure. Frank says if they draft a QB, you better be a pro from a pro system. If they want to use him anytime soon. Like he better be from a pro system. Like what? Like are you talking about like Ohio State? Like which pro system are you referring to? Frank says trade our number one for another future number one. I don't know. I don't see that, bro. Yeah, no. If you're gonna get, I mean, if you trade a first rounder, you're trading for something, right? You're not trading for another future. You're trading for a player, right? That's it. Or you train for player, you're trading for more draft capital. That's the only way I see something like that happen, right? You're trading your 6, you're trading down from 6 to 13th or whatever place you fall down, and then you're getting more draft capital. You get like another second, you get another third, whatever, or you get a second and a third. It's all between Spytek and stuff, but that's the only scenario where I would say you trade, right? You trade down from a number one. I don't know. I don't know about DK Metcalf. If we trade for that, I would wait on that until we get kind of some direction on the quarterback. Obviously, if they go ahead and get Russell Wilson, that might be more realistic. That might be a more realistic thing where it's actually on the table. We might actually pursue that, and people are thinking that there's a lot of the insiders thinking that might be a scenario where that actually might happen. But with AOC, if it's AOC at the helm, why would you do it? I don't see him I wouldn't trust him with Metcalf. I think he wouldn't be that pairing wouldn't work. So, but if it's Russell, if it's Fields and Metcalf, that's cool. Down with that. Um, or Darnold, if you get Darnold, if you get Mariota, if that's the direction you want to go in, that's cool. That works a little bit better, but I don't know. I don't know about AOC and like Metcalf, so we'll see what happens. But all right, but we're about to wrap up the show a little bit, guys. Again, I appreciate everybody watching, everybody tapping in. I'm gonna go ahead and close this poll out. I'm gonna share it right now. Let me go ahead and take the screenshot. I'll share this. Let me go ahead and share this. And make sure you guys, if you guys haven't done so already, if you guys are new to the show, welcome. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. As usual, turn on notifications for any news Raider related that I'd be dropping, guys. So sometimes I'll just go ahead and do a quick short and drop news that way. So make sure you guys have those turned on. So that way you guys can be in the know on that. All right, cool. All right, let me go ahead and share this, guys, and then go ahead and wrap this up. All right, so I asked you guys, would you like Spytek and Carroll to be aggressive in the draft or free agency? So 65% said the draft, 34% said free agency with 32 votes casted. Again, I appreciate you guys tapping in and putting in your vote, letting your voice be heard, and expect that from all the shows that I do. This is something that I really like to do. I like to go ahead and get you guys' opinion on a lot of shit that is going on and how kind of what the direction you guys would go ahead and do. The consensus of our chat, of our viewers. I appreciate you guys getting involved and interacting with that for sure. And that's why I asked you guys. So I mean, because majority want to be aggressive in the draft. They want to see that from Spytek and Carroll. That's why I want to get your guys' take on who would you guys draft. At 1, 2, and 2 third-round picks. Obviously, we'll do that mock show, the mock draft show. And if when I do it, we're gonna go through all 7 rounds. And trust me, we'll fill up that 2 hours for sure. And we'll go through different scenarios. It was really interesting and really fun to go ahead and go through different scenarios. I'll let you guys also choose whether or not we trade up or not, trade down, because I know y'all like that too, for sure. And that'll be a cool thing, because I've done that. I've done when I've traded up. I've done sitting at 6. I've done trading down, bro. Trading down. That's why Jeff is not wrong on the shit that he says. Like trading down, getting draft capital, those are always very advantageous, right? You're able to go ahead and build a really good depth and a really good team from that. It just kind of depends where you're kind of lying at in those rounds and how many draft picks you have in certain rounds, right? If you're in between 2 and 4 is really the sweet spot. 2 and 3 is really the sweet spot. But if you give me 2, 3, and 4, if you have a few draft picks at 3 and then a couple at 4, that's still not bad. You can still do a lot with that. So that's not a bad thing. Just for a little food for thought. Want to go ahead and get you guys' mind right on that for sure. But my guy Frank Weber says, hopefully we combine. Hopefully the combine will change my opinion. But at the moment, I don't see a player, especially a QB, worth getting all excited about this year. Okay, all right. Yeah, again, bro. I mean, there's still more stuff to come. Tap into that the Shrine Bowl. I believe that's Thursday. I think that's Thursday. It's this week. So that'll be interesting too. I think there's the East West Bowl too. Um, so no, my bad. That's East West is the Shrine Bowl, the Senior Bowl. The Senior Bowl is the other one. So that if you guys are interested in the draft, those are the ones to watch. I'm gonna try to tap into those and get good looks and good feels on certain guys out there. Um, and get a little bit more scouting info. Hey, might be looking out for this guy. Raiders might want to look out for this guy because he looked good. Playing here. So this is kind of a last kind of last dress performance, real time. Outside of the combine, because combine you're not real game scenario. This is still kind of real game scenario when you're doing the Shrine Bowl. So it's they get to go ahead and try to rise up their stock, right? So it'll be good. It'll be good for sure. Raiderful Chris says, "Do you think Will Howard will be there in the second or third round?" He'll be there in the second. I don't know if he's necessarily will be there third. His stock is rising. Obviously, he won the Natty, bro. So we know that was gonna happen. So we'll see what happens for sure. My guy Frank says trade down, you'll get target player too. Yeah. So yeah, that's a cool thing. If and I'm for that. I'm for if you're not so if your heart is not to go out and get Shadur or Cam, because that's the only reason why you would trade up. I mean, I guess you could go trade up for Bill Carter, right? But the real need isn't there, right? If he lands to you and everybody else is gone, you get fucking Carter. I don't give a fuck. You won the fucking payday, but you're not going to be necessarily going to go up and trade for him. Shadur or Cam is going to be those guys, right? So, but if that's not part of the agenda, and nobody's available, you're gonna sit at six and see. You're gonna sit at six up until the fifth spot, and then gonna see what happens. And then at that point, if the majority of the guys are taken, you might go ahead and entertain a phone call here and there and see where you're able to get, or you make the phone calls and see if somebody's willing to play ball and get some more draft picks like that. So, you go down to like 12, 13, 10th or whatever, definitely can happen. And you get another second round. Cool, cool. Fuck it. Why not? Right? So definitely a thing that you'll be open to. So for sure. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of wrap this thing up, and a salute to everybody uh in the chat. Salute to everybody watching. We got about 20, 25 people in the building. Appreciate everybody watching tonight on this Monday night. Again, we'll be doing the Monday night show around the same time every damn Monday. Eventually, I'm going to every other week format. Um, I got my boy coming pretty soon, so I'm gonna be a little bit tied up with that, but I'm gonna still be on. And then plus things are gonna slow down a little bit, but I'll try to be on every week. Obviously, especially once we, for the next month for sure, we're gonna get this thing figured out with the whole offensive coordinator, with the offensive defensive coordinators that's gonna be coming up. Um, and 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 free agency signings, coaches, like the whole plethora of things. So make sure you guys keep tapping in. Again, I have the Raider Connection going down this Wednesday, every damn Wednesday at 7 p.m. with my guy Cheeto Linus, Jeff New England Booster, LV Raider 10, and myself. We do the damn thing. We're gonna be covering this. We're talking about Pete, John. We might never know, might get a coordinator announced by then. Who the fuck knows? A lot of shit's been happening, and get ready because things are going to be wrapping up pretty soon. So we're going to be talking about that. And then I got my show every damn Saturday morning. Good morning, readers. Make sure you guys are tapping into that at 10 a.m. Pacific every damn Saturday morning. So there's going to be a guest spot. That's going to be a guest show that I'm really going to be gearing towards. This is going to be more of a solo show. So I'll have a guest here and there, right? I was gonna have run on, but unfortunately he couldn't make it tonight. But I'm gonna try to have another special guest, a big name. I'm gonna work it out. We'll see what happens. But if not, we might have somebody else on for this Saturday. So make sure you guys subscribe and tap in on that Saturday morning because man, uh, if everything aligns right, it's gonna be a hell of a show. So make sure you guys tap in for that. Um, and as usual, you guys can catch me on my socials, Instagram, Threads, X, and TikTok. Still got TikTok up. JRaider underscore 505. That's JRaider underscore 505. Make sure you guys give me a follow there on all the platforms. I like I was saying on Saturday, I tend to post things first on Instagram before I come over here, or vice versa. It just kind of all depends. But make sure you guys tap into there as well. So and I am on X. I'm on X more actively right now. Especially my boy Q. He's like, you gotta be on there, bro. You gotta know who you know and all that. So I am on X. So make sure you guys tap into that as well. But again, I appreciate everybody tapping in. Appreciate my guy Frank. Thank you, brother. I'm glad that I'm gonna be able to go ahead and provide entertainment and a great platform for you guys. That is my goal. And for every damn show, I try to put in the work. I just spend quite a bit of time trying to put these shows together, get the content together, and so that way we can go ahead and talk about it and share our thoughts and our opinions about this because I want to hear you guys' opinions on this. It does matter. So for sure. Appreciate you, Claridge, for the sub. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. My guy Raider Fools, Chris. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good night, and then uh, again, thank you guys for tapping in on this Monday night show. The reaction. These guys, they getting right down to business. So I'm glad to see that. Glad to see that. Let's see what happens in the next coming days, weeks. Hopefully, we get more announcements coming for coaching. That way, we can go ahead and get ready for that free agency to come. So, again, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Make sure you guys tap into the show. And as always, remember, just Raiders, baby. Peace, guys.